So thank you to everybody that was able to make it today to the Child Welfare and Attendance Add-on Authorization Credential Program. I am Dr. Blanco, and this is going to be our agenda today. Don't worry, it's going to be quick and painless. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself and what I do specifically for this program. So I'm the academic program director for this particular program at LMU. In addition to that, I'm full-time faculty teaching all of the CWA courses. I am a trained educational psychologist. So I started off my career in special education, and then I decided to transition back to comprehensive school counseling, and I absolutely love it. So while I'm a trained educational psychologist and board certified behavior analyst, I'm really just a counselor and a professor at heart. And I absolutely love being a counselor, and I love being a faculty member for this particular program. We do have wonderful faculty and staff that work within this CWA program. Besides myself, we have the fabulous assistant director of our counseling programs, Dr. Francis. I believe she still may be in the other session, but she basically has her hand in every single one of our counseling programs and our credential programs, which are in school counseling as well as CWA. We also have a graduate advisor, Miss Anna Baez. She's fantastic. She's actually an alum of one of our programs. So we are so excited that she has decided to return to LMU. She's a true lion forever, and she is just fabulous in working with our students, and she's very responsive. We also have Professor Esther Gabriel. She's actually a licensed marriage and family therapist, and she typically works with students kind of later in their programs with respect to field work. And we have the amazing Miss Hannah Catron. She is our academic, administrator extraordinaire. She basically manages all the day-to-day. I mean, she works with such a motley crew. She's amazing. So she's very responsive, and she's very timely, and just such a great resource for everybody that's not only working at LMU, but also for our students. In terms of the CWA credential, it's an authorization credential that allows, PPS credential holders to work in terms of improving ADA, average daily attendance within schools and school districts. These professionals, they focus specifically on, increasing attendance, decreasing absenteeism, and really kind of improving the overall school attendance culture and creating a positive climate within schools. But one of the things that I want to share is the emphasis is on improving attendance for those that are historically underserved. So what do I mean for those that are historically underserved? So that would be, let's say, the immigrant population. That would be, students who, are English language learners, students that have been identified with a disability, students that identify as LGBTQIA+. So that's kind of what we mean when we're talking about the emphasis of this add-on credential, is to really target those populations. Because even if you are in a school or a school district that has pretty good attendance, we know the ones that aren't coming to school are those that are from those types of populations. So that's a little bit about the credential itself. In terms of our program, the CWA program at LMU is the only standalone program in the state of California at this point. The California Commission on Teacher Credentialing had made revisions to the requirements for the CWA in 2022, and there were a list of approved institutions. And since then, because of those changes, we were the only ones left that were approved to provide a standalone program. So I'm very proud of it. And in terms of our program, we have a diverse set of perspectives, a diverse set of students. We have what we call community members. So those are members that already have their PPS credential, and it can be in school counseling, it can be in school psychology, it can be in school social work. And they come back and they try to obtain this add-on credential, and they take it over the course of one semester. That's what's required. And then we have current LMU graduate students. So students who have not yet matriculated from our program, they have not yet obtained a full-time job practicing in this counseling field. So you're going to have a diverse set of perspectives and really diverse student populations. I just am double checking. Okay, yes, I am recording. I'm very nervous that I may not be recording. Sorry, guys. um, I skipped ahead to everything. Oh my goodness, look at me. Um, so heading back there, the reason why we offer this program in a fully online modality is because we have community members that we know have very busy lives. You know, people are working, people have families, they have many obligations. We also have current LMU graduate students who are taking, you know, full-time classes, trying to get their fieldwork hours during the week. And that's why this program has gone from a hybrid modality to a fully online modality. And what does fully online mean? What that means is that we have 2 synchronous Zoom classes during the month, and the remaining classes are asynchronous or offline. So that's what we mean when we say fully online modality. Obviously, attendance is mandatory because we want to make sure that our CWA warriors are getting the best of what they can from this program. We want to make sure that all of our CWA warriors are meeting all the deadlines and the requirements. In terms of the courses, as I shared before, we are fully online modality and all the courses are offered on the same day, back to back on Saturday. And these are the courses and their descriptions, and you can read about that on our website. So I'll skip right over that. Um, the last course, which is the course that culminates in terms of the CWA, is the fieldwork course, essentially. And so in order to enroll in the fieldwork course, not only do you need to fill out paperwork that also needs to be reviewed and approved, but you need to discuss what your placement is, who your fieldwork site supervisor will be. You also need to provide recent and updated professional membership information and professional liability insurance. Because you're going to be conducting fieldwork hours, we need to make sure all of those are up to date and are active. If necessary, we can provide a site list for you. We have MOUs. We have like over 120 MOUs. Your academic advisor would be happy to provide you with that information. So in terms of the CWA fieldwork hours, the requirement is 150 hours. So 120 of it needs to be within a school site or educational setting, and then the remaining 30 of it needs to be outside of the school or outside of the educational setting. So it's considered offsite. You know, an example of that would be if you attend a training, you know, off-site for professional development. If you have to go to a meeting, let's say at a community-based agency. Let's say you had a student that was hospitalized and you need to meet with their outside providers and you meet with them at the hospital, that would be considered like off-site hours. So I did want to share the distinction between what's on-site and what's off-site. In terms of our program schedule, like I said, all 3 of the courses would be offered on the same day, which is this Saturday, fully online. Like I said, back to back to back. We are very close because we're together all day, and they have. I know my CWA warriors have become very friendly after they've matriculated from this program. They have chats to kind of support each other. So we're really connected as a group because we're together all day on Saturday. In terms of the program advising, as I had said before in the introductions, we have Miss Anna Baez. She's going to be the point of contact for any questions about deadlines and registration, enrollment, and so on. So really, that would be your point of contact with respect to trying to like enroll or register for your classes. Here's some of the feedback from our program. I know it's a lot. It's all condensed in one slide. You can always go back to that. and take a look at that on your own. But we're just adding so much to the feedback, because I have to say our CWA program, our CWA warriors really make this program what it is. Oftentimes they actually come back and they provide insight to the current CWA warriors in the program, because they themselves have been hired to become PSA counselors or continue in the field of counseling, and they really kind of provide a lot of that feedback. I know I have Allison Crawford here. She actually works with like foster youth and the homeless population at Laco. She finished this program actually pretty recently, came back and spoke to my students, and as the other students that are here as well. I did put these links in the chat, so I think we're good there. So we offer these courses every fall and every spring. We really pride ourselves on being a rolling admission program. And so we really try to make sure that we are making this program accessible to the needs of the community and current PPS holders or community members. So it's offered every fall and every spring. And actually, the next interview date is coming up in November. It's on November 13th. So if you are interested in this program, if you can submit your application, you could possibly be invited to that upcoming interview on November 13th. So I just wanted to share that. I can't believe we're almost in November. Side note. So anyway, so here's another slide that the office wanted us to share with you. So there are other resource sessions that are going to be provided to you all tonight. So one is about financial aid, one is about career development, and then tomorrow there's the international student get together. So I just wanted to share that as well. And now I'm going to stop sharing so I can open it up to any questions that anyone may have. I see there's something in the chat. Thank you, Dr. Francis. I appreciate it. What burning questions do you all have? Besides whether the Dodgers will win game 3, besides that.
Apologies for being late. I was in the counseling program open house, by the way. I am the assistant director of all the programs, including CWA. So it's really good to see you all. Well, at least your names. Names look lovely. And Myra, you look lovely.
I gave you the most grand introduction before you got here, and I said, she
Thank you,
is
Dr. Bond.
amazing, and she's in the other session, and the other session is running a little bit long, so she'll come in when she's ready.
Wonderful. Love it. Thank you.
Any
Always
questions?
like a good introduction. Well, I did put the admission counselor's contact information in the chat, as well as Dr. Blanco's email, my email. And the process to be accepted in the program, you would go straight to that link, the program website. There is an apply tab there. You can apply directly to the CWA program. And the application process starts. You will be in contact with Cheryl Hugo, who is the admissions counselor. Again, that is her email if you want some more information. If the application is good to go, it's forwarded into our bin to potentially offer an interview. Again, like Dr. Blanco said, the next interview is November 13th on Zoom at 12 o'clock. So if you are interested, I would highly recommend you get your application in as early as possible. Afterwards, you would be contacted with the admission decision, whether or not you were accepted into the program. And if you would like to know when our semesters start, here is a list of all the academic calendars if you'd like to know when spring 2025 would start.
And just for everybody that's in this room, because we are a rolling admission program, and especially for Dr. Francis, who is working with like 3 different programs and 2 different credential program tracks as well. We try to be as responsive as like as timely as possible, because it's the only way we can keep up, because we're doing rolling admissions and we have multiple programs going on at once. And so we try to be very timely and responsive. Anything else?
That's all. Answered the last question in the chat.
All right. Well, I am so grateful for, do we have any? Oh, I thought I heard something. Well, I am so grateful that everybody came in to join us. I hope everyone has a good rest of their afternoon and evening, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some applications if you guys are interested. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.